Timothy iiTzTimmy, born on April 19, 2000, in the United States, is a renowned American content creator, former professional Apex Legends player, and Red Bull gaming athlete widely celebrated for his extraordinary mechanical prowess, innovative movement techniques, and high-octane streaming marathons that have captivated millions. Growing up, and developed a passion for gaming through titles like MapleStory, which he played alongside his brother, before transitioning to competitive games such as League of Legends and Soldier Front 2. His entry into the spotlight came in 2018 when he launched his Twitch channel, initially focusing on League of Legends. However, the release of Apex Legends in February 2019 marked a pivotal shift, and quickly adapted to the Battle Royale shooter, leveraging his raw aim, fluid movement, and aggressive playstyle to rise as one of the game's most electrifying talents. In March 2021, he completed a solo climb from Bronze to Master's rank in a single 33-hour stream, a feat that stunned the community and peaked at massive viewership numbers. Which mouse does iiTzTimmy use? His primary gaming mouse is the Sony InZone Mouse A, a lightweight wireless model designed specifically for esports enthusiasts. This mouse represents a shift from his previous setups, which often featured Logitech models, and aligns with Sony's push into the gaming peripheral market through their InZone brand. Built in collaboration with the esports organization Fnatic, the InZone Mouse A emphasizes speed, precision, and minimal weight to enhance reaction times and control during intense gameplay sessions. The Sony InZone mouse boasts an ultra-lightweight design, weighing approximately 48 grams, which makes it one of the lightest wireless gaming mice available, reducing fatigue during extended streaming or tournament play. iiTzTimmy mouse settings. At the core of his setup is a DPI of 1800, paired with a hipfire sensitivity of 0.9, resulting in an effective DPI-eDPI of 1620, a metric calculated by multiplying DPI by in-game sensitivity, which standardizes sensitivity across different hardware for consistent feel across games and mice. This eDPI falls within the higher range preferred by aggressive, high-movement playstyles in Apex Legends, allowing for quick 180-degree turns while maintaining control during sustained firefights, particularly on his favored stretched 1920 by 1080 resolution with a FOV set to 104. The ADS sensitivity multiplier is set to 1.0 with per-optic ADS sensitivity disabled, ensuring a seamless transition from hipfire to scoped aiming without magnification-based adjustments that could disrupt muscle memory, a choice that promotes uniformity across weapons like the Flatline or a 301, where consistent recoil patterns demand unwavering cursor control. Mouse acceleration is completely turned off, eliminating any variable speed based on movement velocity, which is crucial in a fast-paced battle royale like Apex, where predictable input is paramount to countering enemy slides, wall bounces, and tap strafes. Raw input buffer, while not explicitly listed for Apex in his config, aligns with standard competitive optimizations by bypassing Windows mouse processing for direct hardware-to-game data flow, minimizing latency. His polling rate is 1000 Hz, polling the mouse sensor 1000 times per second for ultra-low input lag, perfectly suited to his high refresh rate Sony InZone M10s monitor running at 480 Hz. iiTzTimmy video settings. At the core of iiTzTimmy's video settings is a standard 1920 by 1080 resolution running in full-screen display mode with a 16:9 aspect ratio. This native resolution matches his primary monitor, the Sony InZone M10s 27-inch, 2560 by 1440 panel capable of 480 Hz refresh rates with G-Sync enabled, ensuring pixel-perfect rendering without unnecessary scaling that could introduce input lag or blur. He sets brightness to 50% for balanced visibility in both dark and bright areas of the game's dynamic environments, striking a perfect equilibrium that prevents washed-out colors while enhancing enemy outlines in shadowy corners like those found in World's Edge or Storm Point. His FOV is dialed in at 104, a common choice among top players for widening peripheral awareness without excessive fisheye distortion, and he disables FOV ability scaling to keep character abilities consistent regardless of zoom levels, promoting precise tracking during chaotic fights. To combat screen tearing and minimize latency, iiTzTimmy turns off VSync entirely, a staple decision in fast-paced shooters like Apex Legends where even milliseconds matter. Instead, he enables NVIDIA Reflex with Boost Mode, leveraging his NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 graphics card to reduce system latency dramatically, often shaving off 10 milliseconds in peak scenarios, which synergizes perfectly with his 1000 Hz polling rate mouse for instantaneous responsiveness. Sprint View Shake is set to minimal, reducing camera bob during movement to maintain steady aim while bunny hopping or tap strafing, techniques for which he is legendary. Diving deeper into the graphics options, iiTzTimmy cranks down most visual effects to their lowest feasible levels to prioritize frame rates, often exceeding 300 FPS on his AMD Ryzen 9 5950X powered rig. Anti-aliasing is set to none, eliminating edge smoothing that could soften enemy models at range and potentially obscure pixel-perfect headshots. Texture streaming budget is very low at 2 GB VRAM, forcing the game to load minimal high-res textures and keeping GPU usage light for unflinching performance during extended sessions. However, he opts for anisotropic 16x texture filtering, a subtle high-end tweak that sharpens distant surfaces like floors and walls without taxing VRAM, providing crisp environmental cues for better spatial awareness in legends like Octane's stim rushes or Horizon's gravity lifts. Shadow and lighting settings are aggressively minimized for ultimate visibility. Ambient occlusion quality is disabled to remove subtle depth shadows that can camouflage foes. Sun shadow coverage and detail are both low, reducing large area shadows from the sun that might hide flankers. Spot shadow detail and dynamic spot shadows are fully disabled, stripping away dynamic player cast shadows that pros exploit for stealth, and volumetric lighting is off, banishing god rays and atmospheric fog that obscure long-range engagements. Model detail, effects detail, impact marks, and ragdolls are all set to low, decluttering the screen of particle effects, bullet holes, and limp bodies that could distract during 1v3 clutches. This potato aesthetic low-poly models and barren effects creates a stark, enemy-highlighting canvas where opponents pop against the minimalist backdrop, a hallmark of elite Apex configurations. iiTzTimmy monitor settings. 4 on-screen display tweaks on the Sony InZone M10s following his switch from the Asus ROG PG27 AQDM. iiTzTimmy employs settings optimized for clarity and responsiveness. Diac 2 high for motion blur reduction. Black equalizer 10 to lift shadows without overexposing highlights. Color Vibrance 7 for subtle enemy outlining, low blue light 0 to avoid tinting, picture mode Gamer 1, brightness 100, contrast 60, sharpness 7, gamma 3, color temperature normal, and AMA high for overdrive. These emulate competitive esports presets, enhancing visibility in Apex's dynamic environments like World's Edge or E-District while leveraging the OLED's infinite contrast for perfect blacks. Note that some terms like Diac typically Zawi may be analogous to the InZone's blur reduction tech, confirmed via recent updates. iiTzTimmy Keybind settings. iiTzTimmy's Keybind layout prioritizes accessibility for movement and quick access to abilities, weapons, and healing items, minimizing finger travel during chaotic engagements. He uses a hybrid of standard WSD movement with custom tweaks for enhanced mobility. Crouch is bound to C for toggle crouch spamming, jump to mouse will down with space as secondary for reliability, and sprint likely on left. Shift noted as empty in some verifications but standard for walk sprint toggle. Tactical ability is on 3 and ultimate on 4 for easy thumb access. Interact/pickup on E, alternate interact on X, inventory on tab, map on M, toggle fire mode on B, melee on mouse button 4, side button for fluid transitions, weapon equip 1 and 2 on 1 and 2, holster on Q, grenade on T, survival slot on left alt, and healing items sequentially on 5 syringe, 6 medkit, 7 shield cell, 8 shield battery, and 9 Phoenix kit. This setup allows seamless weapon swapping, ability usage, and healing without disrupting aim or movement, a hallmark of his style seen in streams and tournaments. While not all binds are exhaustively listed in every source, defaults fill gaps like reload on R and ping on middle mouse, with his layout verified to support pro-level execution. iiTzTimmy gears. iiTzTimmy's peripheral choices reflect a focus on low-latency, high-performance esports gear. His primary monitor is the Sony InZone M10s, a 27-inch 1440p OLED panel with 480Hz refresh rate, G-Sync, and exceptional motion clarity for tracking fast-moving targets. Paired with the Sony InZone Mouse A and high-ground performance-based 65% keyboard Gateron KS37B switches, non-hot swappable PCB RGB lighting, he glides on a large high-ground performance mousepad 90 by 40 cm cloth with stitched edges. Audio comes via Logitech G Pro X Headset Shroud Edition closed-back wireless with detachable mic. His full PC specs, while not always detailed for Apex specifically, include a high-end AMD Ryzen 9 CPU and RTX 30 GPU capable of pushing extreme frame rates. No public config file or crosshair codes are currently linked, as Apex crosshairs are basic color only. He uses default green, but viewers can screenshot from his streams.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest news and updates. Drop a comment below sharing your favorite gaming setup tips or what you'd like to see next on the channel. Let's build a gaming community together.